look around and see if I can find a shape that would be.
Hey, Dash. Dash.
Yes?
Do you have dark vision?
No, I don't got dark vision, but I got night eyes.
1 second. Let me get a closer look at it.
Like this.
Again, how big's the sigils on it?
Is that like a 10-pin bowling ball or a...
Well, sure.
And you suck at Rubik's Cubes.
Shut up.
How big are the sigils?
I also haven't really
it?
tried. I just spun it.
Like, are they small?
Yes and no. Like, some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. The glyphs and sigils are all different sizes.
Okay, Gar's put his face almost right to it.
Roll a perception check.
+7, I think 21, I think.
21.
Yeah.
On 31.
All right, as you get up real close to it, your goblin ears pick up.
Can you guys be quiet, please?
Wait, do you hear something?
Yeah, somebody's whispering in my ear.
No one said anything, Gar.
Yeah, I'm gonna press my ear up to it.
All three of us are leaning right in.
Now kiss. When you hold it up to your ear, you start hearing...
The ocean?
Yes, it's the ocean. You start hearing ancient whispers.
Okay, so
Is it
we
a
can
spoken
comprehend these
language?
languages?
Sure.
Yeah. What do Robin and I hear, seeing as how we cast this together?
That's a good question. So, one thing you do here is the name Elsinad Chaos. I didn't really plan this part out because I didn't really think this would be cast, but basically it's just talking about different incantations and long forgotten secrets, and talking about great powers hidden within the Adchaeus bloodline.
What is exactly?
What long forgotten secrets do we find out?
And what were his weaknesses?
That wasn't part of it.
Fear of heights?
He's deathly afraid of spiders. No.
Nice.
It's talking about Elson.
Do we hear any locations or anything specific that might give a hint to where he might be hanging out? Or what he might enjoy?
Long walks on the beach.
No.
Getting
Great
caught in the rain.
Power.
Is
Great
Thea still-
power in his bloodline.
Is Thea still in the room?
Yes.
Maybe she
You
would
all
get
look
more
like
out of
you're
it.
about to make out with each other.
That's
It's
just
his
gross.
purple skin.
Get a little closer. It's weird.
Yeah, I think
I
you
have
should
minor
listen to this.
Does she have minor illusion?
Does she have minor illusion?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. It's a relatively well-known spell.
Alright, right on.
She is
That
not
can make your
casting...
skin look purple, right?
Yes?
Nice.
A small
We'll talk
portion
later.
of your skin. Oh my god.
You turn around and my skin is purple.
Just being nose to nose with Gar is like, oh, this has awakened something in me.
Reapers.
What are you hearing?
Do I know what language it is, or do I just understand it?
You don't know what language it is, and it is actually a relatively unknown language. Like, nobody actually knows what it is.
Just says you understand the literal meaning of what's being spoken, so we just know what was being said.
Yeah, it's some kind of ancient language, and it's talking about Elson and his bloodline.
What about Elson?
It said that there's great power in his bloodline.
Yeah. Couldn't make out any real specifics.
Well,
mentioning
like I was
ancient
telling
secrets.
Dash, the Edgeist bloodline is one of the oldest bloodlines from Horus.
Yeah, we didn't need a fancy orb to tell us that, though.
When you look real close at it as well, one of the things you do see on the orb itself is the birthmark.
Call that.
Aren't you cool? Do you feel proud of yourself?
My brain is your brain.
Elson needs his bloodline to... He's doing something that turns this place into Horus, essentially. I don't remember all the specifics that Elwyn said. But he needs multiple people from his bloodline in order to do it.
And what's the advantage of endgame there? Like, is where are we?
Missouri?
No,
Texas?
this planet.
Earth?
Do we still call it Earth?
Yeah, it's Earth.
All right, cool.
I like to refer to it as Earth.
Earth.
Yeah.
I don't remember so many things. Well, okay, is Earth not basically like Horus minus the magic?
I don't know.
I was born
Byron-
here. I don't know either.
I would be able to answer that question, but I do not know the answer to that question.
Byron
It is
said
very different.
that
They are. Chorus was a very different place.
Byron said that even early on, Elson was obsessed with getting back to Chorus. And he had tried to get Byron and his siblings to help him achieve that. But they had already started to build lives here and have friends and start over, and they refused.
I leave
But
Chorus in the
Elson-
first place.
Most of us left out of curiosity about what was on the other side.
Do you ever feel like you wanted to go back, Robin?
I've thought about it, but the portals are closed. There's no way back.
Why did
Portal.
Thea? Yeah, why did Thea, Ilaria, and Elliman wipe their memories when they came over?
Technically it was everyone, not just them.
Yeah. But
No one's actually asked me about what happened right before I left, so I don't think I realized I don't remember it.
Well, this might be the time that comes up, because it was just mentioned.
Yeah, because like in that vision, was Robin there with?
Robin was not in the
shared-
same room as them.
Okay.
And no, Robin was not there yet. That was still Kenny.
No, I mean that shared vision that Thea and I had.
Oh, yeah, no, Robin was not in that vision.
Okay.
Now that you mention it, I don't actually remember coming here.
Maybe
What,
that's
so-
why. Sorry. Go ahead, Elaine.
1 second you were on Chorus and the next you were just here?
I remember studying dragons. I was a scholar over in course. And there was word about a portal to a new world. And I joined a group that was going to go, but I don't remember anything between that and actually showing up here.
Well, if the mines were wiped magically before they came over, not that the portal did it, maybe they did it so they didn't have the desire to come back. Who knows?
Byron said that Elsa never said why he was so obsessed with going back, just that he was and he would do anything to achieve that. Maybe he figured if he can't get back to Chorus, he'll bring Chorus to him.
Do we know anyone that is able to cast Greater Restoration?
Yes.
Because then this was really
Is it
powerful.
Talia?
Yeah, because that could potentially let me remember what happened.
Veda and I had gotten turned to stone at one point, and Talia was able to bring us back out of that.
It can also restore
only reason-
memories.
It's the only reason I remember any of this.
Yeah, so if she
I had
uses
had-
that same spell on me, it might answer some questions. Or on Gadget, for that matter.
I had a lot of my memories suppressed by Wackius when Elson first started threatening the kids. Mine, Molly, Naomi's boys. They went into hiding and we wiped my memories so that I wouldn't miss anything.
Thea reaches towards the ball.
I'll pass it to her.
That's all good. You guys cool with that? Cool.
We all touched it, right?
I think so.
Yeah. She knows anything different?
So as she grabs it, she kind of holds it closer to like her chest and face area and like trying to examine things a little bit closer, see how these sigils and glyphs are moving around. And as she does that, you, the person who knows her best, so Dash, notice a look of distress on her face for a brief moment, and then it stops. And she looks at the ball in like confusion. And then she looks up at the party.
What is it?
Well, you're not going to like this, but I think Elson is a little bit more powerful than we first thought.
Why?
In what way?
How powerful is he?
This has, so yes, it has whispers, yes, it has shifting glyphs, yes, it has the Adchaeus family crest, or whatever you want to call it. My heart just slowed down a little bit when it got close to me. And she kind of like waves her hand over it, yeah, in like a steady pace. But as it gets to a certain point in the ball's like outer light, it slows down and then continues out the other side. So I don't think this is a permanent thing, but every once in a while, this seems to put out a pulse of temporal anomalies. Seems to slow, bend, and twist time around it. If he's the one who made something like this, then he is much more powerful than we thought. If he can master some sort of time manipulation, then we might be in trouble.
Well, we know that Elwyn has that ability too. He stopped time.
Elson a threat to us too?
They both
They're
are.
both of them are looking for her family.
This is a little
And
bit
Elwyn's
different.
got Molly.
Elson.
Elson has Molly.
Elwyn is the one wanting to kill everybody. Elson is the one wanting to take them and use
Fight
them.
And Elson has Kenny.
Elwyn
Elwyn
has
has
Kenny.
Lynn has Kenny.
Elwyn has Kenny. Elson is the
Okay.
one kidnapping the kids.
Elwyn.
Elson is the original.
Okay.
Elwyn is the copy. The
Okay.
copy is in Kenny. The
Elwyn.
original has Molly.
Okay.
The original wants to turn Earth to chorus. The copy,
The copy
wants
wants
to
to
kill
kill all
family.
the kids in my family.
And Elson's the original.
Yes.
Yeah. So both of them need the kids. It's just one is killing them, one is
Killing them.
Harvesting.
their magical essence or whatever.
Okay, because
One is harvesting them and one is executing
Harvesting.
them.
That's the better word.
Yeah, because Veda was Elwyn's,
Yes.
and
Yes.
now Kenny is Elwyn's,
Yes.
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 but it was Elson that took Molly.
Yes.
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 So we had both Elson and Elwyn in misery at the same time there.
Correct.
At one point, yes.
Oh, see that that was lost on me. Whoopies.
No worries.
You gotta stop using E for the beginnings of people's names.
What do you mean?
Elwyn, Elman, Elson, Elwyn.
Okay, so just to be
Alaria,
clear,
Emily.
E isn't the issue, it's EL.
Elaine.
Hey, that wasn't
You're
him,
part of
that
the
was
problem.
me.
Yes. You better become part of the solution.
I'm
Oh.
fixing the problem.
Isn't here where we also need to get me something so
Yes.
the two
Yes.
of them can't track me?
So,
Oh right.
Thea also speaks up. Yes, you're correct. It's is something that Elwyn can do himself as well as the time manipulation, but that isn't so much as this. This is different than time stop. This is slowing time, quickening time, and possibly even, I hate to say it because it sounds so science fiction, but possibly even time travel as well.
Fortunate.
So you're saying that if Elson is capable of this, he can go into the past and steal my daughter from the past and not the present?
I mean, I don't know if it's possible, but I've also never seen time manipulation like this put into an object.
But if he could go into the past to take your daughter, that would have already happened, and your daughter wouldn't be in the past anymore. So that can't have happened.
I don't.
That's gonna get messy.
I'm only saying it's possible because one, I don't know where they are. Two, as much as I trust Byron, I have to take him at his word that she is safe. Three, I don't even know what my own daughter looks like.
Out of character. Yes, you do.
So, as of right now, yes, it's possible.
That might not be what he's trying to do if he is mastering this.
What's he trying to do?
Maybe he's trying
Any
to stop
ideas?
us coming over here altogether.
Oh, go back
Somehow
that far.
that feels worse.
No, that's better. Fixes everything.
I
Goes
can
back that far?
understand wanting
Far.
to go back and
If he
change
does
all of
that, we never meet. And there's a pretty good chance that we never exist.
At this point, I'm almost okay with that.
But then none of the
Well, I'm not.
pain that you've suffered through also would exist.
That means we'll never know what they're planning in the first place.
I'd never know what we were missing out on.
Or have an opportunity to stop them.
If he can master time travel, he can. If we manage to get in and surprise him, all he'd have to do is go back in time and he couldn't be surprised. He'll know our every action and our every move.
Well, I guess it really depends on which theory you believe in. There's the theory that traveling through time just opens another alternate route to get to this dimension. Does it open up another possibility, loop, timeline, whatever you want to call it? Or does it cancel out this timeline and change things completely? Either way, I would say we need to defeat him before he finishes his work.
What do we know about magical time travel?
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
Not a lot.
Then what's stopping him now from doing it right now?
Doing the
for one, he
research.
doesn't have that in his possession. And
That,
we can't guarantee
might-
he recreated it.
but he may not need it. It may have been a trial run of him trying to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this is just something he's practicing on. We just happen to find it.
Thea, can you get a message off to Ilaria and Ellerman and get them over here right now?
Of course. She leaves the ball with you guys and leaves the room.
I'm gonna sit there, just kind of like looking at it and like fidget, like spinning it just in my hands.
Roll an
thinking.
investigation check. You guys ready?
No.
You're ready for this?
No.
But
The ball consumes the lane.
We're gonna
I
end.
was just doing this as like a fidgeting thing. I didn't expect to be rolling something.
You had to touch it.
You look very afraid.
Well,
She procedural memory.
hold on. Investigation. I haven't looked at my roll yet. I was trying to pull up my character sheet. So it may be a procedural memory. Okay, +8.
Nice.
That
Did you
one.
roll a 1?
It's so fun. Procedural memory.
Okay.
Okay, that's significantly better.
Get that out
That's
of
a
the way.
dirty 20.
Okay.
Doesn't take much to be better than a 1.
I
You
said significantly better.
so it was a 12. Anyway, you start looking and investigating this ball, kind of fidgeting around with it, looking at it. The glyphs moving around, those mean nothing to you. You have no idea about magic or anything. As you are looking around the ball, however, you see, as was told before, you see the crests of the Adchaeus family. And you start looking around a little bit more, and you come across something that you probably really did not want to see. You see initials on the ball, and they say B-A.
Bad attitude.
Bowel abscess.
Does it look like they're like part of it, or like one of the glyphs moving around?
It's etched into the bowl.
Like a signature. I made this.
I don't know if it's
More-
a signature or what,
I'm
but
thinking
B-A
more
is it's
like-
on the ball.
Kind of like the name on the tag of your underpants.
I was
Yes.
thinking more like an artist's signature on a painting.
Sure.
That's what I was trying to ask. Just poorly.
Do we?
She noticeably.
I was gonna say, do we notice they're seeing this?
You'd probably notice me, like, you'd see me fidgeting and just kind of like stop for a
Insight.
second.
Insight check.
That is a natural one. I don't even see you.
I've just stopped fidgeting.
Just staring at this ball.
I got a
That's an
15.
Looked at it.
That's
There's
11 for
nothing
me.
there.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to hide that I'm doing this because it would have caught me off guard. So,
What do you see, Elaine?
there are Give me a second. I don't know how to process it, or there are initials carved into this thing, etched into it.
Whose initials?
EA.
Byron's.
So maybe Byron's the one that's able to do
Byron.
the time magic.
Byron made.
B.A. Byron Adcaeus. That's... Those are his... It's his initials. Can I look at it closer and see if I can, like... I don't know if, like, etching would be the same, but, like, recognize the, like, handwriting, I guess? I don't know if
I don't
etching
think that would
as
be.
accurate.
I don't think that'd be the same. No.
Or is it more like
Okay.
a stamp?
Not necessarily a stamp, but like, it could be machine carved as well.
So maybe we don't got to worry about Elson so much. If it's your husband that's doing this, that's even better, right?
I don't know.
Or is Byron working with Elson?
I
No,
can't
he
see
would
that.
sacrifice his own daughter,
No.
right?
We would not have wiped away any memory that I had of even having her. And him go into hiding for 8 years if they were working together.
You know what Byron is?
No. I kind of wish I did right about now.
Gatcha's just working
yeah.
away on the armor.
It's just like biting the crap out of his tongue.
Oh no! If Gadget was here, 100% he'd be saying something. But what do you want to ask me? Sorry.
Oh right. Would I have tried to make more of those bracelets? So to like hide, because like I'm pretty sure I'm being tracked by Elwin.
Win, yep.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. So they need.
So-
Well done.
They
Dash.
came here for bracelets for Robin as well, because that's how
Okay,
they
gotcha.
found Angel.
Gotcha.
Wait a
So
second.
we would.
Epiphany. Did
Go
you
ahead.
not
What?
send? Did you not send messages to Byron from Ilaria?
Yes, but
Could you not ask Byron about this orb through Ilaria? Maybe he can tell us something about it. Maybe he knows. If his initials are on it, we have answers.
Yeah,
That's
she,
true.
as soon as she gets here, we'll ask her.
I wish I could have these conversations myself.
Yeah, in person would be so much better, right?
Yeah.
You could try to
otherwise-
get her to ask if you can have another meetup.
I don't know if you'd meet anywhere.
Roll.
Well, didn't you do it somehow back in Ecstasy?
Yeah, but that wasn't just any spot. It was a specific place.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Me?
Yeah.
Mood lighting just changed. Mood lighting changed.
Oh. It's gonna get
don't even
either
know.
violent or sexy.
You,
My Arcana is.
you just went weird chipmunk robot
Your
again.
version of robot.
I don't even know what my Arcana is.
Probably just your intelligence.
Okay. 19.
19?
Your intelligence.
Pretty good for someone who doesn't know anything about magic.
Okay, 1 second. Here, sorry.
Maybe you know this. The one random fact about magic you know.
I know that I was able to randomly cast spells from the thing, and I knew that every time Elwyn did something really powerful, he was casting a wish spell.
Wish spells are
Powerful spell.
interesting.
Like, when he
Consistently.
brought Bernadette back to life. That wasn't
Well-
a ritual. He had wished it into existence.
Wish spell consistent. Depending on what he's trying to accomplish, it's not a surprise.
I gathered it as him being arrogant and being like, whatever. Worst case, I lose the ability to do this. I think that's what I read in Talia's books.
Every time
Yeah,
you cast a wish spell, isn't there a chance you burn out and can't cast it anymore?
Yes.
And
So he was just
The more-
gambling.
is it? Yeah, I don't know how that spell works. Like,
And he's
Nathan
a very good gambler.
Yeah.
Should have taken him to the casino, Gar.
I hate him. I don't want to take him anywhere. Except for to the
That's fair.
grave.
Well, if he uses the wish spell that willy-nilly,
All right.
There might
So
be-
you just
that
rolled
might
it.
make the
You
fight
just
a
rolled
lot
an
harder.
intelligence check, correct?
Well, my Arcana is +3.
Do you
So
have?
it's-
So is that what your intelligence is, or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my intelligence.
So yeah,
it's a 19.
it's just an intelligence roll. Okay, so it's kind of a mix that we're gonna do here between Arcana and intelligence, which you roll an intelligence check when you want to try and remember something. Digging deep down into the archives.
Of her mind.
Yes.
Alright.
You pull out something that you have not thought about in a very long time. You see sitting at the dining room table is Byron, and he's writing away in his notebook. And you walk over to him, and you ask him, it's like, what are you writing there? And as you look down in his notebook, you see similar sigils and glyphs as to what is currently moving around on the sphere in front of you, the ball. He says, nothing to worry about at all. It's just something I'm working on. It's kind of a way of just passing time. Sometimes I like to just think about different ways I can try new things, you know? It's what were you doing today? And you're like, no, tell me, what, can you show me some things? And he's like, yeah, sure. How about I just show you a couple things here? So the I've kind of come up with this language of my own. There's different sigils and glyphs, and each one represents a different letter in my mind to kind of like work things out. But they all combine together to make words. So like people who cast magic, obviously, Lumen, that's lumen, so that would cast the light spell. So you just move your hands in the shapes of the sigils and glyphs to make lumen. And he starts writing out an alphabet for you, showing you the different sigils and letters and glyphs that he uses to replace letters. So you now see, instead of just pictures and shapes and things moving around the ball, you see letters moving around the ball.
I might be able to read it.
What?
All of them are randomized. They're just moving around. Nothing is really set up. But you do have knowledge as to what these letters actually represent.
They're letters. Each
You recognize them?
Byron would sometimes create things and like his own like personal like language.
What's it say?
Well, it's jumbled. That's part of the point was, but every symbol is a different letter. And
It doesn't spell anything?
As you are kind of touching the ball, you kind of set it down and are like, yeah, this one's a K. And as you go and reach and point out K, that one stops. So you're not touching the ball, you're just touching the light. And then once you take your finger off, it starts moving around again.
if I can figure out what the letters are supposed to spell. I didn't think he actually did it.
Did what?
Words. Every glyph is a different letter. And
Right.
when you touch them in the order to spell, like, whatever, like, spell it is, it would happen. So
do you don't need any verbal or material pieces to cast a spell?
I think I need to explain a little bit more, just to be clear. So, the sigils that he had written out for you, that's the shape like he would move his hand in order to make the spell happen. This is different. This is just light displaying around this sphere that there are letters moving all over. This has nothing to do with his spell casting, although that might be a thought you have. So I'm not going to... As the DM, I'm telling you that the spell casting aspect was just him doing it himself. This is something different.
no. I was thinking that if I could figure out what it spells and I could, like, touch them in the right order, it would do a thing.
It's like a
Okay.
password.
Yeah. I
'Kay.
guess. I have no idea what it's supposed to do, but if...
Yeah, I was just basing it on Dash's comment saying you wouldn't need any components. This isn't for spell casting.
Is it like your name or your daughter's name?
Well,
Would she try? Sorry, like
No,
metagaming. Would she think to try spelling out lumen like he was describing in her memory, or?
well, this one is K. And none of our names have.
Wait a second. When you
But
touch
can you?
it,
The,
Can
the
you-
that
whole
letter,
the whole alphabet
It
is on
stops.
here.
The whole alphabet is on there?
Yes, and they're just moving around.
And if she touches any letter, it stops.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
But as soon as I let go of it, it starts moving again.
Can you touch multiple and stop them?
that's what I was just gonna say. Put all your
can
fingers and see if
try.
it makes a word.
I'm gonna try and grab like 2 at a time and see if they.
Okay, so when you grab one, you hold it in place. When you grab
Yes.
another, it holds in place as well. One thing I will say is not everybody can hold their hand like perfectly still all the time. As you are kind of like looking for the other letter to press, that other hand moves a little bit and that letter moves with that finger.
Oh, it looks like you can drag and
Yeah,
drop.
we'd be able to see that, but wouldn't know what the letter is essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, spell your name.
I'll try and grab. It. I will try and spell Lila. But I don't know if there's duplicates of letters on here.
Okay. It's self-generating, randomizing at all times, so you kind of have to wait around a little bit, but eventually you are able to spell out Lila. And as you do that, the blue light goes from blue to red, flashes 3 times, and then goes back to blue.
What
So it
just
is a password.
happened?
I don't think red. I think red means that was wrong.
Wait, maybe try your daughter's name.
Okay, I'll try Violet.
All right, so you wait around, dragging, dropping all of these letters, moving them around this sphere, and you spell out the word or name Violet. As you do so, the light goes from blue to green and flashes 4 times. And as that happens, the light goes out completely and the sphere starts to get hot. I assume at this point you drop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He suffers through it holding
No.
it.
I'm holding on to
Don't do
this.
it.
Um,
No, I like instinctually drop it.
okay. So
Like, can I cast Mage Hand? Probably not very.
I think it takes 6 seconds. It's too long for a thing to happen.
It's the ground and the
Lord
mage hand up
on the
shows
floor.
up above it.
So it
Bam, bam, bam. Then the Mage Hand appears on it.
holds it to the ground.
Stay down.
So the sphere hits the ground and immediately starts one. You know those? Maybe this is a Canadian thing. You know those oranges that you can get around Christmas time that all come in like the pieces.
Mandarin oranges?
No, not actual
no,
oranges.
the
The chocolate
chocolate
oranges that come out in
Yeah,
like
Terry's orange.
yeah, the Terry's orange. So you know how in the commercials you always smash them on the ground and then all the pieces just came out magically?
Just perfectly.
Never
Yeah.
seen that commercial.
That's kind of what happens is it hits the floor and all of these pieces of the sphere kind of fall out in quarters. Not quarters, but like eighths, I guess.
Segment.
Yeah. And as that happens, you see Thea, Elemen, and Ilaria start coming into the room, and as they're coming into the room, they slow to a stop. You all are within close enough proximity to this thing that you are still active and moving. But everything around you is currently stopped. Time, as you know it, is at a standstill right now.
How far away are Thea, Elman, and Ilaria?
Probably about 25 feet.
I got a huge house, you guys.
You told me it was a big house.
I'll start walking towards them. Do I see like an edge of this thing? Like
No, you see no edge.
So I'll just like slowly walk towards them.
Does time stop for his hand and it gets stuck out?
Time does not stop at all for you. You can keep going.
Right up to them?
Yep.
Elaine, I think I'm in love with your husband. This is amazing.
The people who were in the proximity to begin with are able to move around. The rest of the world is currently time stopped.
Okay.
I get to Thea and I turn back and say, all right, everybody out. Everybody out.
I get down and look at the orb pieces, but don't actually touch them. Do they look any different or anything? Or just like orb in pieces?
No. They have like a different glow coming from the inside, and there's like mechanics going on inside as well, but that's all you see.
Elaine, we need to figure out how to put this back together so that we can use this to our advantage.
As you guys are saying that,
They're like, don't react to me at all.
no. As you guys are saying that, another thing happens. The whole room kind of transforms a little bit, in the sense of like your stuff is still there, but the outer room kind of changes to what you saw before. Maybe you would recognize it, maybe you wouldn't. Very similar looking room to the Necromancer facility. And as that happens, you see Byron walking into the room, talking to somebody. And he's like, well, this is day, I've kind of lost track at this point, but I think day 20 of trying to get my experiment to start working. Just starting the log now. Trying new magical components, trying new technological components. I know that you've been a major help in this, even though we've definitely had some issues, but I want to thank you for coming along for the ride at least. Alright, let's start up the experiment for day 20. And you see the sphere is on the counter. He enters the code, and it opens up again and then falls apart. And he's like, well, that ends our experiment for day 20. And the room goes back to normal.
Am I able to see who he was talking to at all?
No, they did not fully enter the room.
Well, that answers our question.
Waving my hand in front of like Thea and Ilaria's face, do they come to kind of, or are they still stuck?
Still stuck.
I'm gonna try to just like hold the ball back into ball shape, unless it's still really hot.
You fold it back into ball shape, and Thea, Elman, and Ilaria come rolling into the room. And
Dash is suddenly right in front of them.
yes. And they like are taken aback by it for a second. It's like, did you learn a new spell?
We might have found out what the ball was about.
Actually, Elaine figured it out.
No, it was definitely us.
It was all of us. She
We
just
all
typed
helped.
it in.
And I helped.
This?
Well, go on, tell us.
It stopped time.
You
Tia
were
was right.
frozen in place, but everything was the same for us.
And then when Robin put the ball back together, time started up again. So I don't know if there's a time limit on it or not, but Elaine stopped time with the ball.
Impressive, Elaine. Very good work.
That could, if it's repeatable, that could help us a lot fighting Alwyn and potentially Elson.
Well, I guess that depends on their aptitude with time mastery.
Elaine, why
Well,
do you look
neither
so
of-
sad?
Well, for one, I didn't expect to see him standing there when we were
Was
in the
that-
middle of that thing.
Was that Byron?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure none of us would recognize him, eh?
I mean, Gadget would, but he's not here.
Gadget would have.
Yeah, but Gadget's not here, so that doesn't... He was with the Necromancers?
Roll me an intelligence check on that one for both of you, because I want to, like, it was a similar looking facility, but they're way more advanced now than they used to be.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah.
I don't know what die I want to use for this.
22.
Procedural memory die.
Yeah, you might have recognized it.
I got a 14, so probably not.
Yeah, not for you.
Okay. I'll say I recognized it in a kind of unsure way then.
You just be the facility looked familiar. It can be like the area they were working in seemed familiar, because remember, you were only you only had a 10 by 10 space that was displayed to you as well, so you didn't have a huge area to
So I
remember.
know I've seen it before, but don't know from where.
Yeah.
Where he is, I've seen that before.
Like, recently?
Yeah.
I think she's trying to say where.
Any ideas?
I can't put my finger on when, but I'm pretty sure we've been there.
So you're saying there's a chance that he is somewhere we've already been?
I think he is.
Well, it can't be far then.
We've been a lot of places, Dash. I know you haven't been in the loop, but we've been lots of places.
You've been
We've
everywhere.
also
man.
been inside of 2 bunkers.
Everywhere.
That doesn't narrow things down for us.
It was kind of it had to be one of the bunkers or like a warehouse or something. It wasn't just anywhere.
Well, the kind of technology we saw, wouldn't have been in any warehouse I've ever been in. That was fancy stuff.
There's the technomancers and the bunkers would have advanced tech. I don't think we've been anywhere else.
The only bunkers
only
I've been
other-
in were wrecked.
The 2 we were in were standing.
And that's not 100%
Again,
true
we're
for you,
sleeping.
Dash. You went into Eternity as well.
What?
Eternity?
Eternity.
It was the Elon Musk
land?
bunker.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think he did. Did he?
He wasn't with you guys when he wasn't with you guys, but they Misery went in separately than you.
So, did I recognize anything?
again, it's like white walls and like different machines and stuff around. Like it's not something that like stands out. They don't have like posters and stuff hanging their kitties on the wall or whatever. It's just a white room with like technology.
He's got to be in either one of the bunkers. If he was with the Technomancers, we would have seen him.
That's what you
Wouldn't we?
think.
We really didn't get that far in ourselves. Just you and Gadget went in. We were running around looking for friggin' blue flowers with red thorns.
Yeah, but even if he was... Let's say he was. Would he really just come out and be like, surprise?
What about the girl?
What girl?
Roll an intelligence check.
Would Gadget chime in at all during this?
I don't
Natural
know
20.
because Gadget
23.
isn't here.
Gadget's working. He's working on scales now by himself.
Natural 20. So while this does nothing for you, one thing that you do remember this little girl talking about when you were at the Necromancer facility is time travel.
Hot diggity.
When we Techromancers, there's
Necromancers.
Necromancers.
I do the same thing,
There-
it's okay.
There was that girl talking about time travel.
The little kid?
Yeah, that was Byron.
He time traveled back and became a girl?
I
I'm
mean,
guessing I probably
It's
would have been
2217,
going
you guys.
Well, if he is working on time travel there and the kid was around, she might have seen something. So I don't know about you, but that's not something the average kid is talking about these days.
The average kid also doesn't build their own mechanical dog. She said that also.
Well, she's not an average kid if she's hanging out with the Necromancers.
But
Would
you know
I
where
be
this
able
place
to
is.
make a logical leap that it could be her daughter or no?
I would say yes, but I don't know if, as somebody
Roll
with
for it.
charisma
Really
at your
hard.
level, I don't know if you would just be like, hey, we might have met your daughter and you had no idea.
True. So I have a suspicion, but
Because you'd be like, that would be a very like irresponsible slash insensitive thing to say, I think.
yeah, I understand. But eventually we can go back there and I can try to figure it out, kind of deal.
Sure.
So you know where this Necromancer's bunker is.
We've been
Gadget
there.
is officially one of them.
Yeah, we
So-
definitely have it marked on our map.
We have the ability to get in. They gave us a way in.
Should we go pay a visit?
How far away is it? It's a ways, isn't it?
Well, we can't go
It's
anywhere.
near Demon Arm.
We can't go anywhere until Robin has something to protect us from Elwyn, because that cannot happen again.
Yeah, do we have more of these wards?
I'm sure we have one lying around somewhere.
Can we get Robin fixed up with one?
Sure.
Also, should we like do this thing one more time with maybe Element and Alari and Thea in so they can examine this as well?
If you want to.
Maybe you guys can help us make sure we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Gab around.
Get close, I guess. And I will take the orb again and do the same thing. And I will set it down before it starts to get blistering.
Okay. So you grab the orb.
So the burns on your hand is enough.
You
It's
grab
not that bad.
missing hair, burns on her hands.
Oh yeah, Dash, if you didn't realize, she's also missing clumps
You
of hair.
can't see my hair. I am wearing a cowboy hat.
Right.
It's a bold fashion statement.
Which is new for me. So, you'd see a cowboy hat.
Okay.
That's it.
So
That she refuses to take off for any reason.
Shut up, Robin.
you guys
So as soon as I see Elaine, it's like, oh, that's new.
you guys grab the ball and start piecing the items together again. As you spell out the glyph in sigil lettering system, it once again flashes
I'll get a
green.
little more on the ball with the mage hand and just hold it up forever. Ooh, fancy.
So
I want to interrupt to let you know that Gadget said that if it would tie into what he knew, he'd remain silent. If it wasn't, then he wouldn't have anything to say. Winky face.
rude. Okay.
So we gotta figure it out without Gadget.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What a dick. Let's just kill him.
All right,
No,
well, I'll
no,
sneak
no.
up
I
on
look
him while
close
he's
to him.
just...
I'll just do it in person. It's fine.
Okay.
That works.
And then we'll just play his character.
Perfect.
No one will ever know.
Okay, so you guys gather around. It flashes green. Ball drops to the floor again, expands, and everything around you stops. It is completely dead silent other than your breathing. But any sounds that might have... any sounds that I just realized that when Dash joined the watch together, he gave himself a name.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Wait, what?
I forgot
Where
about
is
that.
it? Oh, I see.
Anyway, so again, no noise coming from the outside, completely silent. Valiant Thea, Ilaria, Element are kind of like just gazing around and kind of like trying to listen intently. They're like, this is very advanced.
You guys think there'll be like a range on this? Like, should we test out how far we can go?
If you
The
want
room
to.
doesn't change again.
You guys
It,
weren't
it should.
very far away from us before, and you were frozen.
Yeah, Dash walked right past you, so it was at least 30 feet is the range.
I think the range is when it goes off, not, excuse me, afterwards.
So, you all stopped time before and walked in front of us, and
Yes.
you're telling us that there was no movement on our end at all?
No.
That's why you were startled when Dash was right in front of you.
That's very interesting. Once again, the room kind of lights up blue a little bit, and the holographic image expands out, and you see Byron enter the room, saying, "Computer, start log."
I'm gonna
Alright.
study the room and anything in it for any sign of where I've seen it before.
Okay, roll a
Like,
perception check.
Essentially
Um,
ignoring what's going on.
All right. Experiment number 21, I think. It's getting a bit tedious. All right. I guess I'm just gonna go for it. And you hear a voice kind of muffled from the other side. It's like, I'm staying out of the room this time. I don't want to be involved in anything here. It blew up the 19th time, and I am not going to be in the same room as it.
Is
And
the
he's
voice
like-
female or male?
It is male.
I rolled a 23, by the way.
Okay. You recognize it. You know where it is.
Okay.
Anyway. Fine, scaredy cat. I'll do it myself. And he walks over to the machine, and he is like reaching at a distance and enters something into the top and kind of like backs up a little bit. And you see this bright blue light come out of the top and kind of spread out and kind of scan around. And he's like, oh, okay, that one's new. Experiment number 21, no breakdown, no explosion. I think we're good so far. Should we try the different one? And you hear the voice like, if you think it's ready for it, then you go for it. Alright. So he closes it back up and then punches it into something else. And it expands and the camera stops. It looks like it's in I don't know how to describe it. Like, nobody's moving, he's not breathing anymore, nothing's happening. And then he the next time you see it, the ball is closed again. He's like, well, I'd say that worked. Experiment number 21 is a relative success. My partner, unfortunately, was not here to see it, but immediate area, good enough. And he shuts off the camera.
Elaine, what color is your daughter's hair?
Red. That's the only thing I know. She has red hair.
How old is she?
8. Should be. I'm kept up with it right all these years.
I don't know how to tell you this. I know where Byron is.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's game. I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's game, enjoying the mysteries of the mysterious orb. And yeah, I hope everybody has a good rest of their night, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Boone loves you.
Love you.